acres of oceanfront property. They have military housing on the beach. Major Nelson didn't have oceanfront property, and he was an astronaut with a motherfucking genie. If you gotta have oceanfront, join the Navy, that's all I'm saying. And back that base up 15 miles and let us sell this asset to help pay for this war effort. We can sell it to Israel. They've got a lot of cash. They need a place to stay. That shit ain't working out for them over there. And it's the only part of Florida they don't already own. And we take the money we make from selling the rest of Florida to Israel. We buy Mexico, fix it up, and flip it. Now, we'll have to send down some painters and landscapers because they're all up here. And when they're gone, you're going to wonder where the fuck they went. You ain't going to want to do this shit yourself. Not if you're anything like me. We sell Mexico to a country that can put a ton of cash down, but you know they can't make the payments. Like Peru. Peru has billions and billions of US dollars. They do, in cash, in banks, all over Peru. It's our cocaine money they tricked us out of. I mean, it's your cocaine money they tricked you out of. We get all that money back, billions of dollars, billions. And then we finance the balance of Mexico to Peru, right? We let them get behind on the payments. We repossess Mexico. Now we have Mexico free and clear. New paint, new shrubs. And with all that cocaine money, we start buying countries south of Mexico. We buy them all. We buy Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica. And every time you buy one of those countries, that long-ass wall this country needs to build gets a little fucking shorter, doesn't it? Until eventually we buy back the Panama Canal, which we built anyway, stand there and go, swim this, bitch. So I tour, that's what I do. I go from city to city to city to city. I've done it for 22 years. I've enjoyed every second of it. I love to do this job. I tour with my wife, which I love to tour with my wife because I only have sex with my wife. I like to have sex. I don't have sex with other women. I've been married 3 times, and that has not always been my policy. But I'm 51 years old, and I said if I got married again, I'd quit all the running around. And to tell you the truth, I find a lot of comfort in having one sex partner because she knows what I like, and I know what she won't do. It turns out there's a list of shit she won't do. And the first thing on the list is talk about the list. My favorite byproduct of monogamy, and it didn't even dawn on me that this would be the case, and when I figured this out, I felt a huge weight just flutter off my shoulders. And a lot of you guys might not realize this, so this could be a big night in your life because I'm about to impart to you the most important thing I've ever learned. So, guys, I want you to open up your senses and really take this in. Don't waste this moment, because here it comes. Ready? Here it comes. Guys, if you only fuck your wife, you can't get caught. Feel it? You feel it? Nobody gives a rat's ass. Nobody's ever gonna kick you in a bedroom door. You motherfucker, is that your old lady? I may be exaggerating that stroke just a little bit. But still a ferocious piece of ass, although easily winded. If you don't mind stopping and starting, I might be the best fuck on the planet. That's the way I roll, ladies. But my favorite place to have sex is on my tour bus, because if I don't quite have the wind to get her there, I can just holler at that driver, pump the brakes! Faster! Thanks, Pat. Boy, that Pat can fuck, can he? Actually, you can't get caught having sex with your wife. My wife and I were going at it one afternoon, and the housekeeper walked in, which is way better than the other way around. It happens the other way around. You end up saying things like, I'll pack my shit as soon as it quits burning. We have a great sex life, I think, you know. It's not like our friend. We have these friends that are younger than us, and they have tantric sex, which is a yoga thing where you can have sex for hours and hours, and yeah, we don't do that. We did invent a sexual position that I named the lazy dog. And I'll teach you how to do the lazy dog. What you do is you get in bed there and you get in the doggy style position, and then both of you at the same time, and that's the important part, fall over. Now you're doing the lazy dog. I can stay in that position all night long or until she coughs. Once she coughs me out, I'm out for the night. There's no more lazy dog that night. She sneezed me out one time, and my own dick hit one of my own nuts and hurt it. And now I have difficulty interpreting her sexual noises. She'll be, I don't know if she's about to come or sneeze, which makes me a nervous lover, which causes premature ejaculation. Not a lot of people know that. And not a lot of people know this. It was actually Richard Milhouse Nixon in his 1968 inaugural address who first said, "Shake for me, girl. I want to be your backdoor man." A lot of people think it was Led Zeppelin, but it wasn't. Richard Nixon. I'm like 80% sure. I'm like 70% sure. 50. You know what? It was Led Zeppelin. You know what somebody called me today? A metrosexual. Is that like a local term or something? I don't even know what it means. I'm sitting there getting a pedicure reading Vogue. My wife got me a certificate to get a pedicure because she thinks my feet are nasty. And I went down there, and this poor old Asian woman is trying to reshape my big toe into like a regular-sized toe. And she's got this carrot peeler kind of a tool that she's using to scrape away years of neglected dead skin off these dogs, and she has a genuinely disgusted look on her face. And she looks at me and she goes, pedicure not only for you. Now, why I thought that would be funny, I can't remember. Maybe I did it wrong. Pedicure not only for you. Nope. A pedicure not only for you need Punchline. Make a mental note. Joke not finished. Add Punchline. Make funny for everyone. Mama's the one that got me drinking scotch. Mama loves to drink. She loves her scotch, man. Mama loves all things scotch. She likes Highland scotch, Lowland scotch, single malt scotch, blended scotch. She likes the fucking tape. And the guard. And the hop. And the butter. I'll make a mental note. Do tape last. It's only one funny. I'll tell you a story. It's funny. My uncle came over to my house the other day. My uncle used to be the president of the Southern Baptist Convention. His name is Dr. Charles Pollard. He has a triple doctorate. He has doctorates in theology, psychology, and philosophy. Although I think I still make more money than he does. He's a great man. And he came over, and I was making myself a drink, because I never pretend I don't drink. You might know that about me already. And he goes, son, you are never going to find the answers to your problems in the bottom of that bottle. And I said, I know. That's why I'm going to buy another one. I knew that son of a bitch was a dud the minute I laid eyes on her. Look at that no-answer piece of shit. Take me to the liquor store. I've got some questions. I don't really get along as well with my wife as I pretend. You ever do this? You ever want to say something to somebody and then you don't say it, and then like 2 months later it just comes spewing out like Tourette's and vomit? Just, blah. First time I met my wife's sister was at her mother's 75th birthday. They live up in Connecticut, and we took the plane up, and they're very wealthy, and there's a big party of 150 people at this huge house, and we're at a round table of about 15 people down front. And her sister is a published chef, and she owns a restaurant in Connecticut, and she owns a cooking school in France, and she's married to a guy from France. And she's a snob, but they're all snobs, so I figure, fuck, she'll be a snob probably. She's a big old snob, too, big old rounding, big old gal, big old taste everything that comes out of. I got thrown out of a bar in New York City. Now, when I say I got thrown out of a bar, I don't mean somebody asked me to leave. We walked to the door together, and I said, bye, everybody, I gotta go. 6 bouncers hurled me out of a nightclub like I was a Frisbee. Those big old bouncers that go home every night, watch Roadhouse, and beat off. You know what I'm talking about? Patrick Swayze's hitting another guy. For wearing a hat. I walk into a bar with a hat on. This guy real pissy goes, took off the hat! I'm like, what's the deal? He goes, I'll tell you what the deal is. Faggots in this area wear hats. We're trying to keep them out of our club. I'm like, oh, really? The only way we could tell down south is if they have their hair cut like You're... And he got all pissed. But he walked away, and I took the hat off, and like an hour later, I'd been drinking, and I forgot. You ever forget? It happened to me. I put the hat back on. The guy comes over to me. Now, I'm between 6'1" and 6'6", depending on which convenience store I'm leaving. I weigh 235 pounds. This guy comes over to me, poking me in the shoulder with two fingers, says, "You're out of here." I'm like, "I don't think so, Scooter." And I was wrong. They hurled my ass. And then they squared off with me in the parking lot, and I backed down from the fight because I don't know how many of them it would have taken to whip my ass. But I knew how many they were going to use. It's a handy little piece of information to have right there. Overkill. Well, they called the police because we broke a chair on the way out the door, and I refused to pay for it. And the cops showed up, and at that point, I had the right to remain silent, but I didn't have the ability. The cop says, "Mr. White, you are being charged with drunk in public." I was like, hi. I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public. I don't want to be drunk in public. I want to be drunk in a goddamn bar, which is perfectly legal. Arrest them. Well, they didn't arrest them. Instead, they call in for my arrest record. There's some good news. Satellites are linking up in outer space. Computer banks at NASA are kicking on. There's a telegraph in Fritch, Texas going beep, 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 beep. This part takes a while. Shorthand. Beep. Now, I told you that story to tell you this story. When I was 17 years old, I was arrested for being drunk in public. Seemed to be a pattern. If you knew Morse code, you would already know that. And one DWI, which was a bogus charge because it turns out they were stopping every vehicle traveling down that particular sidewalk. And that's profiling, I believe. And the drunken public charge and Fritz, the arresting officer, who I have literally known all my life. You know what I mean? This guy lived 4 doors down from me in a town of less than 400 people. We've met. He takes me to jail. When we get there, he asks me if I have any aliases, and I was just being a smart ass and said, "Yeah, they call me Tater Salad." 17 years later in New York City, I'm handcuffed on a bench with blood coming out of my nose. This cop goes, "Are you Ron Tater Salad White? You caught me. You caught the tater. You can take down those roadblocks now." I call my son Tater Tot and Poot. I'm a dog lover. Actually, I love my dog. I don't give a shit about your dog. I don't know your dog, man. Your dog could be an asshole. I don't know. Sluggo's an English bulldog. Sluggo, don't jack with me. Great. You know what I do to him when he's asleep? I lift up those big old huge bulldog jowls and I hide M&Ms and shit in there. He wakes up in the morning, he's like, "It's gonna be a good day, Tater." He calls me Tater. right now, which is a pain in the butt, because if he gets sick, you can't just feed him medicine. He'll spit it out. You got to hide it in a piece of cheese. I started him out last year for picking the litter, and I put him with the female dog for a couple of weeks, and then to make sure it took, I took him down to the veterinarian's office and had artificial insemination done twice. Now, for those of you that don't know, that's where they obtain the semen from Sluggo. They put it in the female dog, and now it don't take shit to get old Sluggo to go to the vet. He loves the place. I went down there, and the veterinarian had the audacity to say to me, Mr. White, if you'll just come on back here, we'll show you how to do this. And next time, you don't have to bring in the dog. You can just bring in the semen. I'm like, that's okay. You go ahead and jack off the dog. He follows me around too much as it is. Like I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this bulldog. Jack me off! Get out of here, we got company. You did it the other day. Do it yourself. I don't have any thumbs. I don't have any goddamn thumbs. Jack me off, you piece of shit. Do we talk to Daddy that way? Tater salad at that temperature. We fought about it. She was psycho. Psycho women love me. We have an argument one night about the temperature of the dwelling. She goes outside with a butcher knife and cuts the tires on my truck. So I drug up an old Polaroid and entered her in Hustler's Beaver Hunt. And she won. And I used the money to get me some new tires. And she super glued my dick to my stomach. So, do you see how things just get out of hand? Still itches. After 3 years of being married to this woman, I still didn't understand her. She would get mad at me when I was trying to help her. I'll give you an example. Let's say she'd wake up in the morning and be real bitchy. Let's just say. And I knew in my heart she was suffering from PMS. And out of my love for her, I would offer her my dog. Tell her, honey, I believe if you eat this my dog, you won't bitch quite so much. She would growl at me and wouldn't eat the my dog. I had to hide it in a piece of cheese. Thanks for playing along. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys were great, man. Thank you very much.